Don't miss Chicago Live. Friday, July 1st, 8 p.m. Fantasy Springs Resort Casino.
9:36, Fitz in the morning here on our last day of June, getting ready for the long 4th of July holiday weekend. On the phone with me is the man who knows more about water than anyone I know from Crystal Clear Home, the parent company Pure Elements. My friend Rick Allen on the phone with me this morning. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning, Fitz. How are you?
I'm spectacular. How are you?
I'm great. Getting ready for a holiday weekend.
That's it, baby. Celebrate our freedom responsibly.
Absolutely.
Remember what the weekend's all about. In addition to the barbecues and the parties, it's all about our independence.
Absolutely.
In our great country. So, Rick, you got some new info on what's happening water-wise here in the desert.
I do. I'm going to get on my soapbox for a couple of minutes here.
Let me help you up here.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm going to talk a little bit and try to maybe give a little bit of consumer advice to try to help our people in the valley. I've got something that's been sticking in my craw for a little bit, and it was really apparent yesterday what's going on. And so what I want to talk about is the proper application of water systems for people's homes, and specifically water softeners in our valley. We know they're not favored, and they're actually disliked by all of the water districts because they're really tough on the environment and create a whole bunch of problems for reclamation and recycling.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're seeing in the desert is a situation where the water softener companies, and you know the names, the big guys, they are installing water softeners on homes without any regard to what is going through the water softener itself. So a water softener is introducing salt into the water, and when you go that route, that creates a water that is disastrous for pools. It destroys the plaster, and it does things at the grout lines, and has all kinds of other issues, throwing the salt balance off if you have a salt pool. So a water softener should never be on the feed line to anybody's pool. And secondarily, traditional soft water is horrible for plants. It adversely affects them, and over a very short period of time in the valley, it actually will kill plants. Mm. So we were in several homes yesterday where water softeners had been installed, and the pools and all of the irrigation were going through the water softeners, and the plant life, the lawns were dying. The ficus trees were in trouble.
Wow.
I think a couple of them we caught in time before the pools got actually severely damaged. But I just kind of wanted to give a public service announcement here for anybody who is considering doing traditional soft water, and we have those clients. Maybe 2% of what we do, a traditional water softener is the right application. But if you have a water softener or you're considering doing a water softener, you need to ensure that the water softener is treating the water only for the domestic hot and cold water inside the home and is not treating the water for the pool or the landscape. And in addition, there's a push to sell potassium for water softeners as an alternative to the basic salt because it is a little better on the plant life and things. And at $25 or more a bag, it's quite expensive. And water softeners run through that stuff based on how many gallons of water are used.
Right.
So you can imagine, I mean, in a hot week, we can have a pool, average pool, 500 to 750 gallons of evaporation. All that water has to be softened and uses all that potassium, not to mention the irrigation water. So it's a super expensive proposition to do it that way also. And so I just want to spend a minute and tell all of your listeners out there that if you're considering doing a water softener, make sure whoever you're talking to figures out the plumbing infrastructure for your house and ensures or guarantees you that you will not have soft water in the pool and you will not have soft water going to your irrigation. And so, of course, we're salt-free, so we're the opposite end of the spectrum. Everything we're doing is extremely beneficial for both plant life and pools. So that's the other thing I wanted to mention to anybody who has a water softener currently, that you should check and see that your system has been installed properly. And if you have trouble figuring out what's feeding what, we're happy to come out without any charge or anything and take a look and simply figure out what's going on with your plumbing, where all the lines go, and what is going through a water softener and what is not. So that's a very important thing, and it seems to me that the big brands, and you know those guys, seem to be just throwing these things on and moving on to the next home with no regard for what's being treated. So we actually saw some homes yesterday that were, that had devastating results.
Wow, because you don't stop and think about all the carnage that kind of stuff can create, and the disintegration of pipes, and how bad it is for the environment, and like you said, dead landscaping and ficus trees and plants. That's the beauty of Crystal Clear Home, is that it's a total property water filtration system that actually is good for your plants and your landscaping, and you use less water and less fertilizer and makes it more vibrant green. So, Rick, you are happy to go consult anyone. This is creating a lot of curiosity. It's more important than ever for us to be making sure that we're giving our families pure water and not have pharmaceuticals, carcinogens, chlorine, chromium-6, and all that nasty stuff. You'll talk to anyone who wants the information, 346-4850. That's how they get to you. And if you're not around, they'll leave a message and you'll get back to everyone. You can get more detail online, crystalclearhome.com. That's crystalclearhome.com. Or the phone number that we've been giving you for years, 346-4850, 346-4850. Rick Allen, you are the man who I am lobbying to change your name to Rick Waterman.
Keep lobbying. I think it's been taken, like I said.
Okay. But I'm going to still drill it into you, and I don't know anyone who knows as much about water as you do, and I thank you for sharing this information as a public service with our audience.
Thanks very much, Fitz, for having me on.
All right, Rick, thank you so much, and thanks for the support, and we'll keep spreading the word about Crystal Clear Home.
Great.
All right, Rick Allen of Crystal Clear Home. No one knows the water biz like Rick does, that's for sure. 346-4850.
If you live in the Coachella Valley in Palm Desert, La Quinta, Indian Wells, Palm Springs, Cathedral City, Indio, Desert Hot Springs, Coachella, or Rancho Mirage, you already know that you have water problems. We're here to help you, and we look forward to hearing from you, so please call us at the number below.